Hey guys, how y'all doing? I'm here to give you guys a recap on the new chapter of One Piece, which is on 820. Now, I must apologize if this recap is up late. The reason being is because that I decided to try to take care of some other procedures which having to deal with certain group projects, especially meeting up with the partner today. But apparently the person messaged me last minute that she had something else to do, which really got me upset. So I stayed there doing for nothing. Not to mention maybe finishing up some work that I had to take care of at certain locations. Yeah, it's upsetting, but whatever. It is what it is. I'll just have to deal with it and try to work with some information, whatever I have left. Besides the stupid excuse I have of why the chapter is late, this chapter seems pretty cool. It had a lot of information, not to mention of what's going on with like certain connections with Goldie Roger, and especially with the log posters that has a lot of information behind it. So if anything else, let's go. Okay, at the beginning of the chapter, we have to it that everybody is starting to be okay. They're having a little good conversational talk. The Cat Duke and Dog Duke says they actually know Shanks, etc. Even Luffy was pretty surprised about that and asked them if you all know Whitebeard along with some other stuff, and they said of course we did. We actually had we accompanied him, etc. And it seems like everything seems to be like they're talking about Whitebeard and Goldie Roger. Not to mention that there's some information about something involving apprentices, etc. And now that those two did not accompany them all the way to Raftel, and it seems like the Cat Duke and Dog Duke seem to be okay at certain terms, which is pretty cool and funny at the same time. But apparently after that, we hear from Luffy asked Kinemon on Raizo and Kanjuro about being on Whitebeard's ship, but they say they remain in Wano, and they say Wano is known to be a very isolated country or isolated island, and that leaving the borders is a crime, which is really something strange because I go that's pretty pitiful, because the moment you leave the island you're banned as a criminal. I'm thinking in my mind, what the hell, are you kidding me? But Luffy said it doesn't matter as long as you guys know Shanks, that's all too good. And Frankie says, oh, you guys know my Master Tom. He's actually my instructor, you know. I'm Master Tom's apprentice. And Brooke was going to ask, you guys know Crocus or something? Dr. Crocus? But Nami interrupted the conversation, asked about the log poses, you know. Because she mentions about, following these things, and we come across certain informations that regards to poneglyphs, and she even says she even tells them that Crocus tells us to follow the logs carefully, and it'll lead us to a certain location known to be Raftel, the final island. And the Cat Duke says, oh, you mean that geezer? That's pretty cool. And yada yada yada. They end up having some fun, saying that, oh, we have a little small time here and there, which is really hilarious, you know. And Nami asked them yo, are you even hearing me right now? And the Dog Duke says, yeah, we heard you loud and clear. Of course, this leads you to another route and so forth, but you have to go see for yourself. But the Dog Duke also tells Nami, you should understand that this journey you are embarking on is supposed to lead you to a destination already. Which, Nami says, what do you mean exactly? And the Dog Duke says that you had to learn the mystery of the poneglyphs that's written in ancient language or something at the time where the log pose is pointing those needles at. So apparently, it seems like these needles have more importance. It's leading you to a certain location where you're supposed to grab some information, possibly. This is what I'm thinking, okay? So it's just a hypothesis or theory I'm coming out with, apparently. After the Dog Duke mentions about some kind of certain locations about Raftel, and then Pirate King's crew who learned everything, I'm assuming there's no way that that Rayleigh will be lying to you, you know? So, knowing that you're a navigator, you're doing a fine job. Do not worry, you haven't lost your way. Go on. And therefore, Nami was pretty happy about that. Luffy, on the other hand, just slaps her on the back, and so forth. And Nami hits him back by saying, "Stop hitting me, it hurts." And Usopp says something about, like, being acquaintance to... Well, no, wait, Momonosuke instead. Well, besides all that, we have to it that, like, there's a big tale to talk about for a long time. But before all of that, they have to deal with Kaido first, which is something that's gonna be a little, like, troubling. But we have to it that they say that they're gonna find, like, a certain man that's trying to meet up, and he goes by the name of Marco the Phoenix, which I'm really, really glad, because when the first time I read this chapter and so forth, it was pretty interesting. It seems like they need Marco for assistance, but apparently after what happened, the chances of finding him are slim. And freaking Luffy calls him the pineapple, and I'm thinking in my mind, what the hell? Are you serious? But we hear to it that the remainings of Whitebeard's crew, led by Marco, actually fought with Teach Blackbeard pirates, which is ugly. And I'm thinking in my mind, that's not a good sign, because apparently, I understand that maybe I'm not really sure if Marco wanted to fight him because he hated him or what he did, or the Whitebeard's crew wanted to fight him. I don't know what the reason is, but facing against Blackbeard, who has two devil fruits into his body, oh freaking lord, how are you gonna survive that? And right now, after what happened, almost a lot of Whitebeard's crew have vanished, apparently. And the Cat Duke says if we could, like, find him, then if he still lives, we might have a chance to find him. But apparently, Luffy was really surprised because Marco fought with the Blackbeard pirates, And Robin explains that it actually became a full-on scale war. But unfortunately, Marco suffered a bad defeat. And I'm thinking in my mind, that's gotta suck. Well, it's kind of funny because one of the government officials, like those powers, those people who control the world, yada yada yada, says that Marco is one of those people that has the potential to stop Blackbeard. But after hearing from Nico Robin, etc., apparently that did not become the case. Now, I'm pretty sure you might be wondering, like, where is this information where the freaking, like, world government or the people who are in charge of the entire system apparently says that Marco had a chance to, like, has a chance against Blackbeard. Well, I think if you look up the freaking, like, world government elders, whatever, the one that Sakazuki talked to them about, about, like, Doflamingo's fake resigning Shichibukai kind of thing, you'll know what I'm talking about. They'll give you some information here and there. Not to mention about after Blackbeard defeated Marco, he's being acknowledged as one of the Yonko, whatever. He lost consciousness after what happened, and the remaining of the Whitebeard pirates actually saved him. He wants to see him again so he can thank him, etc. As usual, they're all going to have to split up. Luffy, on the other hand, has to go save Sanji while, like, Kinemon goes to Wano and gets prepared, And right now, like, right now everything seems to be alright for the time being, As for Trafalgar Law, he decides to, like, voyage out or something, but I don't know. With the submarine around, like, I think he might go with Luffy, but I don't know. And right now, the Cat Duke says he will go search for Marco, etc. And everyone sees Raizo, and they end up saying, "Oh, how you doing? Everything seems to be alright," etc. And right now, Raizo was happy to see him, that they actually, like, help him out, etc. And after seeing, like, the Cat Duke and Dog Duke reconciled, and then reunion of the Kozuki family, they go like, let's have a freaking banquet or something, And therefore, Luffy was pretty excited, but Nami, on the other hand, tells him we gotta go find Sanji first. But Luffy's like, oh, come on, what are you doing? And pretty much, Nami pulls Luffy to her chest, and I'm thinking in my mind, what the heck? Are you serious, lucky punk? And therefore, like, we have to it that, Brook's coming along with them, but freaking Nami says, look, we don't need him. And I'm thinking in my mind, what the hell, Nami, you're pretty heartless, you know that? And we have to it that, they're getting ready to fight, they're getting ready to go, you know? Especially when, like, Luffy's gonna be taking Brook, Nami, and Chopper with to go with Pecoms, etc. As for Robin, Frankie, and Usopp, it seems like they're gonna go separate ways, which is to my concern apparently. So Robin asked Luffy to go, like, if you come across a poneglyph, make a copy, and therefore Luffy's like, okay, no problem, and therefore, like, Robin says she's also gonna take a look at the poneglyph that's in Wano, apparently. But before anything could start for them taking separate ways, we have to it that the island is shaking. So we have to it that it's not some good news right now, because if we remember looking at last week's chapter, apparently Jack says he's killing that elephant or something. Not a good sign. So it seems like to me things are starting to be pretty crazy. It seems like the Straw Hats are taking separate ways again, so I hope everything will be alright, especially Robin and Usopp and Frankie will be going with Kinemon, and as Luffy will take Nami, Chopper, and Brook with Pecoms. I'm not so sure where Zoro's going at, but who knows. But right now, like, what I find in this chapter so far is information about the Goldie Roger pirates, those who had connections with them, not to mention about the log poses, which became very important, and what happened to Marco the Phoenix, you know, which really sucked. And along with, like, getting ready to take separate ways, the island is shaking, so it seems like Jack is making his attack. I'm very sorry if this recap is long. It's just like it's not really easy, just like trying to remember all this information and so forth, and yada yada yada. Anyways, this chapter here was pretty nice. The only thing I could tell you that the important things is just connections with the Goldie Roger pirates, the purpose of these log poses, Marco the Phoenix himself, and getting ready to take separations and preparations to take down Kaido. And the fifth is like the ending where the island is starting to shake, and we all know where is that from, and that's Jack himself. So I do not know what's gonna happen, but it's gonna be a long fight once again. That is one thing I'm just going to say right now. It's going to be a long fight. Until then, I'll see you guys later. I'm Alpha Zero. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. Bye bye.